Okay, right. So 3D printing. So you know that what is meant by 3D printing, right? Generally, printing அப்படின்றது என்ன அப்படின்னா fabrications, right? So we have a 2D printing or 3D printing. 2D printing in the sense a normal printer. So if you have a printer in your office, you may take the print. It may be letter print பண்றோம் or image print பண்றோம். அது generally we can say it's a 2D because நம்ம length breadthல மட்டும் தான் பண்றோம், thickness add பண்ணல, ஒரு single sheetல print பண்றோம். It's called generally 2D printing. But the term 3D printing. So 3D printing defines if you add the thickness, right? So if you add the thickness, then we say it's a 3D printing. So சின்ன examples பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, for example, you have a note, class note. You have a note. For example, if you consider one single sheet in your notebook, உங்க notebookல ஒரு single sheet consider பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா, we can say it's a 2D, right? So 1 minute, sir. So generally 3D printing means if you add a thickness over 2D, then we say it's a 3D. So best example is your class notes, right? So you have your class notes. If you consider one single sheet or sheet consider பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா, we can say it's a 2D. If you add more than or 100 sheets one by one arrange பண்ணிட்டே வந்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, we can say it's a 3D. So printing எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, it is called as a layer by layer manufacturing. So layer in the sense, assume that இந்த class note மாதிரி ஒரு solid நீங்க create பண்ண போறீங்க அப்படின்னா, if you consider one single sheet is a 2D, we can say it's a one layer. So one layer fabricate பண்ணிட்டு the second layer is fabricated top of the first layer, right? So அப்படி layer fabricate பண்றோம். Another one example is construction. So இப்போ construction நம்ம எப்படி பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா, ஒரு வீடு கட்டுறோம் அப்படின்னா first thing we will use bricks, ஒரு line bricks யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம், and then we add cement on over it, cement பண்ணிடுவோம், அதுக்கப்புறம் we will add another bricks over. So இந்த மாதிரி layer arrange பண்ணிட்டு வரோம் அப்படின்னா, we can say it's a 3D printing, right? So manufacturing. So generally converting raw material into finished products, we say it's a manufacturing. So raw material is converted as a finished goods, right? So it is called a manufacturing. So raw material, product, final product, the intermediate, this two we say it's a process. That process is called manufacturing or fabrications or whatever it may be, right? So or manufacturing அப்படின்னா raw material இருந்து finished product கொண்டு வரது, right? So I will quote some of the manufacturing process. So listen, this is one of the raw material. So it is like a molten metal, right? So it is a molten metal. We can get the final product here, right? So molten metal, it's a raw material, and then final product here. So in the molten metal in the raw material மாத்தணும் அப்படின்னா, we will use it's a casting process, right? It is one of the manufacturing process. So raw material is converted as a product with the help of casting, right? The second thing is this is our another one raw material. It's like a tube. So the final product is U-tube, right? So you bend. So this one is to be a straight line. This the line rod. இது எப்படி பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா, we will use bending process. So this is also manufacturing process, right? So this is again another one rod. So I'm going to make a joint. So this is what joining process, right? Welding, soldering, bracing, all those things. This comes from manufacturing, right? So this is what our raw material. The final product is this one, right? This is a solid cube. So I will remove the material. So I will make a hollow surface. So this process is called a machining process, right? It's called a machining process, right? So this is one of the product. This is also one of the product. This is also one of the product. This is also one. So these products can be fabricated with the help of casting. So this is we can done with the help of welding. So this is we can done with the help of metal forming. So we can make a bending or all those things. So this is what machining process, right? So these are the products we can make with the help of a traditional process, right? So can you imagine how to manufacture this, right? So how to manufacture this or this or this. So you cannot use lathe, or you cannot use drilling, or you cannot use casting. You cannot use joining, right? So you cannot use traditional methods to fabricate this kind of products because we have some limitations, right? So lathe, you cannot make this. Drilling, you cannot make this. You can say, sir, I can make the product like casting. So you can make the casting, but you cannot get good surface as well as good porosity. So it's very difficult to manufacture this kind of products with the help of traditional methods. So the only way to manufacture the complex products, the solution is it's a 3D printing, right? So if you want to produce the complex shapes, or if you want to produce the product which cannot be procured, which cannot be produced with the help of a traditional method, then we go with 3D printing, right? So this is what the 3D printing. So why we need a 3D printing, right? So 3D printing, it's a emerging technology. It is a current going technology. There are so many products, so many researches are happening in 3D printing. So why we need a 3D printing? These are some of the examples of 3D printing, right? So concept modeling, it's like a prototyping. If you want to fabricate one product with the help of traditional method, before fabricating this product, we need to ensure whether the product is in exact spec or exact requirement. So that we need to test whether the product is whether the product is good. So for this purpose, we use prototyping. The prototyping calls at the concept mapping. Similarly, engineering. So engineering applications, we have variety of engineering application can be done with the help of 3D printing. Architectural and construction modeling. So for examples, if you planning to build a new home, right? If you planning to build a new home, before build the home, you can make a 3D print, right? So you can make a prototype, exact replica of the object, right? So with the help of 3D printing, then you can able to view whether our houses look like, right? So in the 3D la view பண்றதுக்கு we can go with architectural construction modeling. Aerospace and automotive, right? Most of the aerospace and automobile components are made with the help of 3D printing. Education purpose, again, education. So if you want to teach verbally, if you want to avoid verbal teaching, you need to show the product. So if you show the product to the students, then they can easily understand the concept. So அதுக்காக we can use 3D printing to produce that component. Education, functional prototyping. So functional prototyping in the sense, it's a traditional, functional component. Manufacturing of tools, like other tools, as well as food, right? So one of the 3D printing, it's called food. Foodக்கு எப்படி யூஸ் பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா, for examples, if you want to make a different biscuits in toys, as a toy, right? So for examples, if my kid is like Chota Bheem. So for example, if my objective is my daughter need to eat the food. So அப்ப என்ன பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா, I can make a biscuit same like Chota Bheem, so that she can easily eat. So this is what one of the food applications, right? So different materials. So as well as fashion or retail. So fashion technology, they will use 3D printing. End user products, this is the functional products. Medical, so medical parts, as well as jewelry. So these are the so many applications where 3D printings are commercially used now, right? So still it is a sum of the industry applications only. Still we have variety of application, right? So we will see one by one. It's a concept modeling. So this is what some concept modeling. So if you want to make a toy, right? So in macro level, or it may the mass production. So before fabricating the mass production, you can check whether the toys is achieve our purpose. So you can make a concept modeling. For example, engineering applications, like they build a 3D printed aeroplane, right? So this is what a prototype model. So they will check whether the shape, the size all are equal, or the fluid rate, the airflow rate, it is suitable. So this is what a chip. This is what is some of the 3D printed aerospace. This is one of the micro level product, right? So most of the engineering application, they use 3D printing. Architectural. So as I said earlier, if you want to build a home, if you are planning to build a new home, you can, before build, you can make a prototype, so that you can able to view this is our house, right? So this is what architecture and construction modeling. So aerospace and automotive. So this is what some of the applications, like Tata Motors, they use 3D printed dashboard. So for prototyping. Similarly, 3D printed lunar base. These are some of the applications, right? Education industry, again, you can have a real prototype, so that the students can understand easily, right? Education industry also, they will use 3D printing. Functional prototyping, like one of the example is Lamborghini. So this is one of the very much costly car, and it is a well performance car. They use 3D printing to develop some of the models, right? So some of the products. Similarly, tools, right? So tools also we can make with the help of 3D printing. Food industry, I said you can make a food as a dinosaurs, or you can make a food as a other component, right? So you can make, it's a 3D printing. Also we use food industry. Fashion and retail. So this is one of the interesting applications. The design your own clothes, right? So you go, if you visit ready-made showrooms and all, you can able to view the dresses, but the dresses may not fit to you. You need to adjust, or you need to stitching. So for this purpose, they will design your own clothes. So you can design your own clothes. And then fashion technology also, they use some 3D printers. This is what end user products. So end user in the sense final functional products. So final products also we can use, right? So and medical industry. So this is what generally nowadays we say bioprinting, right? So if you lost your teeth, right? Assume that you lost your teeth, they can print your teeth. They can print your teeth with the help of a teeth material, biomaterial. Otherwise, if you lost your bone, they can print customized bone with the help of biomaterial. So there are plenty of operations in 3D printing, right? So thank you.